New year, new us, new promo art.
Ooh, we've got it all so steaming and so piping hot. Just for you. Hot and ready, Diva.
Oh, sorry, I thought I flushed. Yep, we're back in the saddle with a little sisterly catch-up, a rainbow spotlight.
Plus a throwback RuPaul clip that we will deeply dissect, disseminate, and discuss.
To scrutinize. There's even a case of mistaken identity. Dun dun dun.
And honey, everybody get in the cave. I tell you, it was just overflowing with DMs over the holiday break. All of those dick pics and, pictorials are really piling up. And someone might have to do something about all the dricks.
Honey, I was playing Jenga with it. It was stacks of them. Are you ready for the gossingtons? Because we got it for you.
Okay.
Forever. Dog.
Ooh. Oh, are you eating a snack on the pod?
I'm definitely not eating.
That always goes really well. I think. Eat up, my love.
I'm definitely chewing very slowly.
Like hitting the sneeze button, like they have in like radio stations, except it's a chew button. We want to welcome you all back for yet another steaming, piping, scalding, serving all the hot goss. This, of course, is our weekly chat show where we talk about events in our lives, gossip and politics, and take a deep dive into the DMs.
Ooh.
So, honey, let's get into some hot goss.
Ooh, spicy honey, with some chili in it.
And just like that,
we
went on winter break and we're back.
Oh my God, is this our first hot goss back?
That's hot goss.
We took a little break. My life was barren and empty without the pod, and I hope everyone feels the same way.
I did some shows while I was gone, and it was amazing how many people came up to me. I was surprised, and they said that we're a part of their weeks every week.
Yeah.
And we're in their ears, and they look forward to us, and they're like, when are you coming back? And I was like, are we gone? And they're like, yeah, you're on a break. And I was like, oh, that's why I'm here.
We were on a break. That's from Friends.
Okay.
It is 2022. Are you feeling over the break? Did you get a little tune up?
No, I haven't had
Juve.
I haven't had
Juvederm Cosmetics. Do you want that full plump lip that you've always wanted? We have Juvederm ads,
but we aren't doing them for some reason.
I told them, I said you would be glad to do them, so it's in the works. We'll see what happens.
If you want a personal testimonial, honey, we will give it to you. Send us over a few syringes. It ain't nothing to you.
I need Juvederm to take possession of my Dusk Helix mattress, shoot it up full of all of the Juve and the Juve Plus, and then send it over to us at the mom headquarters, and then we'll dole it out between all the dolls. We'll just squeeze out the mattress. Yeah. It'll be great. No, I haven't had any Botox since, I think, October.
I know. I mean, really, the pandemic has hit so many industries so hard, but really the pumping industry has probably taken a hit because we all said, honey, I'm on a webcam. Girl,
honey, just turn up that ring
I could
light,
be
blow
Godzilla. Yeah, turn on the ring light.
You are. You look ripped though and svelte, just lounging in your bed casually.
It's because I'm tan.
Your wrist is gonna fall asleep.
Listen, no, this is because there's no desk in this hotel room. And so this is my preferred position. It's leaned on my left arm, laying down akimbo.
Akimbo. That's
Kimvo?
a good drag.
Do you remember Kimvo?
Oh, yeah. She did all the good blonde hair at the Kimbo salon. It was on Doheny.
Honey Kim Vo, yes, deep friend of the pod.
Mhm.
Never met her.
Speaking of friends,
Chaz Dean. Chaz Dean, deep friend of the pod, guys. Chaz, if you're listening. Chad Dean.
You knew the pandemic when was real when all the Chaz Dean billboards he was wearing a mask. Did you see that he updated them all?
No, I didn't, but that's very responsible of him.
Girl.
Or them, or their. Speaking of friends of the pod, we have a deep friend of the pod. His name is Sean Videla.
Yes.
He took a lovely promo.
You
pictorial.
already know.
You already
You
know.
already know.
This promo pictorial, it's a dual color fantasy Fantasia on in oranges and plums and turquoises. It's just
Peachy
beautiful.
plums.
Peachy plums, yes.
So beautiful. Thank you to Sean Videla, our amazing photographer who did the photos for the new Race Chaser, new season, new promo, new us.
Mm-hmm.
The new Race Chaser promo picture, which if you refresh your feed, you can feast your eyes. Now, what are we giving? What's it giving? What's it giving? It's giving share. What are you giving? This hair, WILLAM, is giving me early career WILLAM natural hat.
Natural hat.
You know, but make it drag.
Agatha harkening back. She's definitely Bernadette Peters on crack. Meets Total Recall. What was the girl that got sent home? Orion story.
Three-breasted.
Three-breasted.
Look closely, because this isn't a Photoshop error. This is actually a three-breasted breastplate.
I went to Raja's guy in Mexico.
Dr. Carlos, deep for the pod.
It's actually I was thinking about Saint-Tropez and
Love You for You.
Very that.
Yeah.
It's and the blue lip. What are you giving?
But why is she so very
that? But that.
But why? I am giving Maggie Morphosis, who is a deep friend of the pod, you know, I mean, a straight icon in an industry that has turned its back on straight men for so long. This is a pioneer. This is a groundbreaking icon.
We found someone to represent the straight head foes.
I'm really proud of this look. Let's break it down. Okay. The gold collar is a piece of gold poster board that Gabe Acero FX helped me cut into the proper shape. The lapels are duct tape, the white lapels. The peep of pink hand peeking out on the hand is actually just pink duct tape. I don't know if you can tell that from the picture. But I'm letting you know. You already know. And if you look very closely, it's very like what was the cartoon where there was a duck who had a duck thing on there was a duck character wearing a duck inner tube with their own face on it. And when they got sad, the duck face on their thing got sad. Does anyone know what this is?
If you change all the U's to I's, I think I know what it is.
I'm wearing around my neck, I'm wearing a pin which has an old Race Chaser promo on it. So this is a Race Chaser promo within a Race Chaser promo. Bam, bing, bang, ding, dong.
Bitch, you are Narnia. It's our first time that we dressed up as the girls. I think it was the season 2 All-Stars promo, the hologram one.
Hologram!
For
the new Jan
4.
and Andrew Barrett Cox song.
All Stars 4 hologram, yeah.
Nice.
We said, we want a piece of the action. So I said, let me pull some shit off your wall and not wear a wig for that promo. And look, here I am doing it again. Wow, consistent.
I think we look beautiful.
We do. We look great.
I think you won the promo.
It's a
for
contest.
sure. I got something from somebody named Dita Von Queef. Do you know her? She's an Australian queen.
I know the name.
She's really funny. She does a lot
Dita
of
Von Queef. I haven't heard that name in years.
She
What'd she say?
she does a lot of really cool reveals, like Pikachu ones and other stuff. She said that Miss Maddie Morphosis, who you were taking your inspo from, was liking all of her pictures and I guess copied her drag or something in this holding the head walking down the runway thing. And she blocked her and there were receipts. I sent it to y'all on Instagram so you can check it out and see what y'all think. But the head, you going to check so then we can talk about it?
I recently stood up for Maddie Morphosis, celebrating what I didn't realize was this is the same person who a year ago started following, went through my entire feed, liking all my photos, and came out with an exact ripoff of my headless Marie Antoinette look a few weeks later. When I asked them to credit me, they deleted my comments, sent me abusive messages, which I wish more than anything I'd kept, blocked me, and then got their friends to send me threatening message to shut me up. Again, I wish I'd kept the receipts. I didn't realize this was the same person because they had in their bio that they were a lesbian, so I assumed this person was an AFAB artist, therefore a different Maddie Morphosis was cast. Nope, it's a straight white cis man who feels comfortable poaching ideas from lesser-known queer artists while making fun of them, pretending to be one until they are cast on a hit TV show. I don't know whether to make it a more public statement about this or just quietly process my feelings of extreme disappointment and hurt here. This shit is not okay. I work really hard to come up with unique concepts. Okay, so this is Dita Von Queef, who is alleging...
She's great.
So, I mean... In another circumstance, I would say this idea, this was an idea that was done on Roseanne, back in the day. So I would say all these ideas are out there and you never know if someone's stealing or borrowing or whatever. It's a little suspect, the liking of all the pictures, and then a few weeks later, the look appears. Mm-hmm.
We've all been accused of ripping off other people because we have, but
I do it constantly.
You go to the West Hollywood Carnival and there's at least a couple people who do this concept every year.
Yes.
Is it Marie Antoinette with the guillotine and the head in the hands? People have thought of that before. That is not a new thought. Dita's was great, but where do we go when we're in the community and people are, it's not like. Is it Quacker and Aquaria?
Well, this is...
remember when that was happening where the next week Miss Cracker would show up in the same look that Aquaria did, except in turquoise or pink?
Sure. And sometimes stealing or borrowing or inspiration happens. And whenever I steal something blatantly, I am the first one to tell you.
Whenever I steal something blatantly, I run.
I always say thank you for the compliment. This is where I stole it from. Mm-hmm. Because why not? Why pretend that any idea is brand new or original? Because really, at this point in culture, with Google image search, nothing is really, original.
Mm-mm. Yeah, the only way you get something brand new is if you have an adult new have a baby new. GNU, a new.
What?
It's an animal like a llama. We're gonna go on break, and you can look up what a new is. I'm starting a new farm.
Fresh fuck is going on here? Let's take a break.
You don't know what a new is?
No, what is a new?
Well, it's an animal. Do you have a mirror handy?
Oh my God.
It's very similar. You know we love our Helix mattresses.
Well, guess what? Helix has left the bedroom and started making sofas.
Their sofa game is called Allform, and they are already making the best sofas in the game, and it's not a game to them.
That's right. You can customize an all-form sofa using premium materials. You pick your fabric, which are all spill, stain, and scratch resistant. You pick the sofa color, the color of the legs, the sofa size, and shape to make sure it's perfect for you and your home.
They've got armchairs and love seats all the way up to an 8-seat sectional. More cushion for the pushin'. And you can always start small and buy more seats later on if you want your Allform sofa to grow and change with you as you grow and change.
All-form sofas are delivered directly to your home with fast, free shipping, and you can assemble it yourself in just a few minutes. No tools are even needed. You know this from personal experience.
The Allform, which I'm seated on currently, is lovely and plush. And there's no dents from sitting on it with a wet swimsuit.
Right.
Like I've sat on it so many times, wet, moist. It's really stain resistant.
Yes.
With Allform, you get 100 days to decide too if you want to keep it once you get it too, and that's more than 3 months to decide. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund.
They also have a forever warranty. Check out allform.com/drag.
And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/drag.
Allform.com/drag. On Wondery's podcast, Even the Rich, co-hosts Brooke and Arisha share the stories behind some of the most famous and infamous celebrities in history, from Madonna to Britney Spears, and from the Kardashians to the House of Gucci.
Ooh, yes, and in an all-new season, they investigate the shocking kidnapping of heiress Patty Hearst. Even the Rich gives you the inside scoop on the drama that keeps these famous families in the spotlight.
That's right. This show is part history, part comedy, part gossip, and completely fascinating. Now, listen, we are promoting this podcast, but I've been a listener of Even the Rich for some time. I think they got me in with either the Kardashians or the Madonna story, and they go back and they tell you from the beginning how these dynasties all began. So they're doing Patty Hearst's story right now. It's fascinating. I really recommend this podcast.
Yeah, and if you want a little more Brooke and Arisha in your life, they've got you your daily dose of celebrity gossip on Rich and Daily. It's the perfect podcast to keep you up to speed on the secrets, scandals, and news in the entertainment world.
So listen to Even the Rich, Patty Hearst, and Rich and Daily on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app.
Oh, we're talking about
We are
it.
back. We are turning over a new leaf. That's GNU. I think I had GNU once in college.
Yeah, you have to time your doses.
I want to talk about something that happened in the last couple of days. My headlining North American tour for Red for Filth is officially being postponed. Aww. It's really sad and it's really devastating. And I knew that this was happening for like about a week, but we had to get all the details together before we could officially announce it to everyone. So we have the new dates available. The good news is it's going to happen later this year. So it's going to be like an October kind of vibe instead of a January kind of vibe. And in the climate, the way it is right now, this is a highly contagious virus. And there's no way that we would have been able to make it happen the way we want to make it happen right now. So we thank everybody who has bought tickets, and your tickets will be good for the new dates in whatever city you're in. And go to alaskathunderfuck.com and you can find out the new dates. If you don't have tickets yet, get tickets. It's going to be really fun.
So it sounds like you're not ready.
Oh, honey, I'm ready. I could go on, put me on stage right now. But the fact that it's not just me, it's a team of people. It's dancers.
Mhm.
It's a team. It's a crew. It's a bus driver. Everybody has to bus driver wigs. Everyone has to, be clear. Rehearsals. So like all of these things have to happen to be put in motion, and it can't fucking happen right now.
And baby, you better watch out.
Unfortunate.
You better watch out for those dancers. You can't keep them locked down on the bus. You can say no grinder, no sniffies, but they will find a way. The dancers will bring the cove into the group. I was on a tour, and you just can't keep dancers from not dicking. Dancers be dicking.
I said what I said.
I did. And they know who. They know why. And there was perfectly good dick on the tour. They could have been fucking the dolls. There were plenty of dolls to choose from. I know some of the dolls were sucking. The dolls were sucking.
Keep it in the bubble.
The dancers.
Keep it in the bubble.
Keep it in the bubble and then blow bubbles with it.
This is what I have been preaching and praying and saying and thinking and doing.
Preaching.
Keep it in the bubble.
And thinking and sucking.
We look forward to bringing you the fully realized Red for Filth tour, or Red Tour Filth, as I've taken to calling it. Later this year. It's going to be amazing.
I can't wait to see it. And until then, you're doing shadow gigs in Puerto Vallarta as una pasiva.
I'm not doing a gig. When we knew that this was happening, Lola said, "We're going to the beach, babe." So we came to Puerto Vallarta for how many days? 3 days? 4 days?
She was ready to go in San Fran. She said, "Let me get this gig out of the way, and then I'm getting on a plane to Mexico." She didn't even go to bed between the gig and the plane.
Neither did you, Diva.
Well, no, I did not.
Let she who is without residue around her nostril cast the first rock.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not ketamine. That's beard.
That's squirt.
Are you having a good time?
Well, it's been very relaxing, and we have just been laying around a lot. We've been doing some preparation for Drag Queen of the Year, and using it as an opportunity for us to just like start the groundwork for the pageant this year.
Reluxandra Billings.
Oh, Kerr, yes.
I'm going to see her in Wicked at the end of the month. She's Madame Horrible until the middle of February,
God.
and I gotta catch it.
Oh my God. I'm
obsessed with
her.
Now
the Golden Globes.
The Globes. MJ Rodriguez killing it, beating out a slate of stars and claiming her victory. We love to see it. She deserved it for Pose. She was a powerhouse this season. The arc that she gave. She had a happy ending. It was so great.
Well, MJ Rodriguez is iconic and has deserved accolades and awards for her work on Pose and elsewhere.
Her Little Shop of Horrors.
Some time.
Her Audrey was seminal, and I don't mean that as a semen joke. It was so great, and it just was so had so many more layers than any Audrey had ever seen before because of the context and the words and how they were coming out of her mouth. And she's a brilliant singer, and I can't wait to see what she's doing next.
I don't know that I need to. I got asked to be a presenter for the Golden Globes this year.
Really?
And I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so honored. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Yes, kings." And then I did I was trying to think of what to wear. And I did a quick Google search of Golden Globes because I wanted to just get a context of what they stand for, what they're all about. Literally every result was an article about the scandal romper room fuckery and how everyone is boycotting the Golden Globes currently because of their lack of diversity on their board or their panel or whatever, and their corruption within their corporation. So I was like, I'm gonna not do this. Thank you, though.
Well, if their bad PR is what it took for MJ Rodriguez to win, so be it. Who cares? Yes. She got the win. Will it fix all of their mistakes? No. Will it right any wrongs? No. Will it wrong any rights? I don't know what that is.
I get the impression that they are trying better, and I think they got rid of a bunch of board members and they brought on different board members to make the whole thing more diverse. They're really trying to make it better, but they were also like, we're not televising it and we're not even live streaming it. So it was like, if you're gonna like be out there and be be all about diversity for real, then like put it out there. Don't be like.
The problem is nobody wants to like be a part of their hoopla and dog and pony show right now because of like the stuff that was happening with like, you know, the obvious I feel like ploys for nominations with like premieres and like playing into the game and the rigmarole to get the nomination. And it's the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. It's like their name, it has it right in there, press. That's what they want. They want attention. They want press for the specific things that they're doing. And, you know, people didn't agree with it and they've backed out. They've pulled out. They've said, you know what, we're not doing it. But we are happy for MJ Rodriguez. And we are. And
I think this is the beginning of a movement towards seeing some actual change within this organization. And that's fucking fabulous. And MJ, we congratulate you so much. And you fucking deserve this award. And put that fucking statue on the top fucking mantle of the fireplace and live, because she's fucking incredible.
If I got a Golden Globe, it would be in my butt so fast.
Now, really, the Oscar is the one for that.
The Emmys are too pointy. You don't want that. That's a visual waiting to happen.
Tell me about this Rainbow Spotlight. It comes with a letter, with a note.
Okay. It fell out of a hole in my old brown overcoat. This letter says it's from B. Hello, WILLAM, Alaskan Dipper. Like so many others, race chasers helped me through a ton. A divorce, the Trump mess, the pandemic. Thank you so much for bringing me so much joy. I want to suggest a rainbow spotlight, if I may. It's by someone very close to me. His name is Lalo, and he just released this lovely song called Smoke and Mirrors. Ooh, very Sasha Velour. It's available on Spotify and Apple Music. I'm including a slutty picture of me to try and persuade you all. Oh, WILLAM once mentioned something. WILLAM once mentioned something about how people say he is rude or something like that. That was Alaska saying I was rude. Well, I said hi to him at Hamburger Mary's in WeHo while he hosted bingo many years ago, and he could not have been sweeter. Duh, because I wanted to fuck you. Look at what you look like, B. Jesus Christ.
I was going to say it, but I'm glad you said it.
You know I was sweet because I wanted that
WILLAM
dick
is
meat.
very nice.
I'm sweet to the meat.
Very nice, very kind, very cordial, very sweet. When you look like that.
Baby, this plug looks like the thing that they have in Key West where it says the southernmost point of the continental United States. It is so thick and round and big and curved, honey. She's growing towards the sun. You could tell her she's curved. That and yes. you might need to put on your turn signal to take this one because it's a turn, honey. And I'm gonna turn around.
Turn the beat around, and he's
turn
also
the meat around.
licking a finger
because you know he's gonna put it in his butt next. You know there's a series of pictures because he's taking a picture in front of the camera. The camera's a little lower than him, and it looks like he's on his knees with his knees spread on the floor, and then the camera's leaning against the wall, and then his dick is thrust up into the inertia of the air, enough so that you could see the crack of his ass and the roundedness of his buttocks. And then
Good framing.
This is Aaron Brothers at large. And then the abs are stacked one on top of each other, 8 abs, lightly dusted in hair, a natural coating of hair everywhere, a beard. He looks like he could be Brazilian, honey, because this is Brazilian. I love it.
I think he's tasting a little pre-cum.
Oh, you think?
Sure.
We don't go for that kind of talk here, Dipper.
See,
Keep
that's
that for
the
sloppy
thing.
seconds. That's just took it too far.
That's the thing.
I'm using terms like buttocks, and you're talking about pre-cum.
There is also a goldenrod yellow wall behind him and his goldenrod. And
we're not going to talk about the drop ceiling.
We'll just ignore that. But thank you, B, for sending this along. And this is a song, our Rainbow Spotlight, called "Smoke and Mirrors" by Lalo.
I think B might be a Spit Crew representative maybe when we're in his town. So hit us up.
Damn, Lalo. Chemicals were flooding my mind, dancing as we cross the fine line between what we should and should not do. And I was so attracted to you, felt like I already knew you. Oh, I felt like I already knew. Baby, then I got nearer, and I saw you clearer. You were just smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, baby, then I got nearer, and I saw you clearer. You were just smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
You know that we talk about BetterHelp a lot on this show, but what about all those stigmas that surround mental health?
People are very nervous to talk about mental health, and they think therapy is something you have to endure once your life explodes and you have big problems. But it's actually the opposite. Therapy is a great tool to utilize before the shit hits the fan.
That's right. And going to therapy shouldn't be some kind of deep, dark secret. Owning your mental health journey is something to be proud of. Like when we talk about any kind of self-care, like getting a massage or going to the gym or taking a bubble bath full of scented candles. BetterHelp is a really great resource, and it's very easy to use, and it doesn't matter what doctors are available in whatever city you're in. You can talk to someone, and you can talk to someone really fast, and it's really great.
Yeah, they offer customized online therapy in either video, phone, or even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
It's also much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Race Chaser listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/drag.
That's BETTERHELP.com/drag.
Hey, hun.
Hey, hon.
We're back.
UK,
Did
hon?
you miss us? Season 14. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now, as you probably know, insider, Hollywood secret, we do record this episode a few days ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's just what we do.
Busy
it's
and
not
booked.
live.
So right now,
live.
the season 14 part 2 premiere is going to be happening tonight.
Yeah.
As of listening. But there's plenty of RuPaul to go around. It just keeps on giving because we're seeing this view clip from, I'd say, the 2000s, like the 2000s, not before 2010, I'd say, because
right.
Star Jones
like
is
RuPaul
on it.
talk show.
97. Shit, 97.
Yeah, talk show era. I
And
can
it's-
tell from the clothes.
It's holiday themed, and Rue and Star Jones and Joy Behar are kind of having a moment on the couch. I think this is very banter scripted. Like, not scripted, but
Can we
they said
watch it?
they said, okay, you'll go out, Rue will read you for your clothes. And Joy's got a good sense of humor.
You know,
I
when
haven't seen this.
you dogged my girl, I was saying Joy looked like
I was
she
not
butch.
dogging her ass. I was just telling it like a TR is, okay?
But miss, excuse me, you
What?
call me butch?
Honey, but you're a bitch.
Must always remember when you say mean things to the co-host, they get to come back at you.
That was not a mean thing. I'm just stating facts. And she came on my show talking about, you look like a, why is it that you look so great in a dress and I can't?
You know what? I take it back. The butch thing was a compliment, but the voice is not.
There you go. And look at Miss Behar now, because that's glamorous.
Well, you know what? I have to say, and when I saw her backstage, I have to say that they did fem her up. I love the haircuts.
The hair looked great.
The hair looks great. And
the audience
you're
gasps.
wearing nice colors and stuff, but the slacks, you know.
She looks fabulous.
Do you think that I'm going to take fashion advice from a drag queen?
Well, honey,
It's my sister.
you better take, listen, Joy, you better take it from somebody. Okay?
I'll leave it there.
You better work, mother.
Yeah, this feels very like planned. It's not them actually showing real emotions. It's what people do on talk shows.
I don't know. I watched The View, and I know that Joy Behar has a great sense of humor. And they probably said, and the motto of The View has always been make sparks. When you're there, it's always better if there's a little bit of among the guests or the co-hosts or whatever. So I'm sure Joy just leaned into it. What?
Tell Rosie O'Donnell that.
And it made a great clip that lives on. And also, RuPaul used to get fucking sassy.
Spicy.
She doesn't do bitchy, but she definitely does sassy. Way more than she does now. I mean, now when you see her on an interview, she like does a Laganja Estranja impression and leaves it at that. And it's very like silly and light.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, RuPaul was like, I'm going to read you, and I'm going to tell the tea, and like, why shouldn't she? She's the fucking queen of drag. Why should she not?
I don't know if she's the queen of drag anymore. Pablo Vittar might be the new queen of drag. I mean, she's got the most streams, the most follows, the most everything. She's the biggest drag queen in the world.
She's mage.
I mean, Rue does contribute to other drag queens coming about, which further lengthens and intensifies her legacy. But Pablo Vittar, by all accounts right now, is the biggest drag queen in the world.
Pablo Vittar is fucking iconic and crushing it.
Yeah.
And
RuPaul might be the queen mom of drag, but right now the queen of drag might just be Pablo.
Okay. Well, let us know in the comments what you think. And
RuPaul, if you're listening and you dispute that, you feel free to come on our show anytime. We know your own podcast.
Do you really think RuPaul listens to this podcast?
I bet Michelle sends her clips like, look at what these bitches said this week.
She said, good.
And then RuPaul replies back, how did you get this number?
Yes.
That's my new outgoing voicemail, by the way. It's who gave you this number? And then it just goes beep.
That's so funny. Now, we have a piece of good news in the world. Listen, there's a lot of shit going on everywhere at all times, but here's a piece of good news from NPR. This came across our news desk. An 11-year-old boy from Oklahoma is being honored for his heroism after he saved a choking classmate and rescued a woman from a house fire in one day. Davon Johnson was named an honorary member of both the sheriff's office and the police force and was recognized by the Board of Education in his hometown of Muskogee, a city about 50 miles southeast of Tulsa. Quote, Davon performed the Heimlich maneuver on a classmate on December 9th. That's my mom's birthday. And that evening helped a woman from her house that was on fire, the Muskogee County Sheriff's Officer wrote on Facebook last week. The Muskogee Public Schools posted a series of photos showing Davon posing with his various awards and certificates. You better work, Davon. This makes me hopeful for the future because these are the kind of young people we need in this world who are willing to fight danger and make the world a better place. You better work.
I could have used Davon last week at my place in Palm Springs because I was choking on something too.
Oh my God.
I'm very happy for this bright youth who knew how to identify fire and know its dangers and save the inhabitants of the fire. And then the Heimlich maneuver. Can you do the Heimlich?
I bet I could wing it. I mean, I know the basics of CPR. I know you clear the airway. Then you do breathing, and then you do chest compressions. I know that. I know the Heimlich maneuver. You can do it with a chair if you're by yourself. I know the basics of it. What are you doing? Cruising out your window? Where are you?
Not know that my street in Silver Lake was a hoe stroll because there's some steps at the end of it that lead up to a park. Baby, the
word,
the beef that was just delivered to my sidewalk, honey.
Word, God.
Ugh, Davon's gonna need to put out this fire, bitch.
Oh my gosh.
And who's on the roof over there?
Why don't we go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back with more Heimlich maneuver host roll divas.
Send Davon over to Lady Bunny. Her pussy's on fire. Baby, when I asked you who your hairstylist was, you said, to me. And I was like, to me? And you said, no, my suitcase. I throw it in my suitcase, and then however it comes out, it's to me.
We are back again.
Mm-hmm.
What's the tea, Christine?
Girl, are we supposed to be in this unmarked cave? Is this a new cave? Is there LED in this cave?
Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop,
there's Wi-Fi in the cave.
Bloop, bloop. The modern age. Look at God. Look at God.
My
Won't God
do
it?
There's a covenant of an ark, and I think is that an ark? Yeah, that's my boat. My boat's in the cave.
Oh.
This is where we're dry docking for the winter.
Exactly. This is the moment where we go
spelunking, honking,
deep inside the DM.
Our first message comes from
read us.
Sebastian. It says, "Dear WILLAM, Martha, Alaska, Fantastica, and Sexy D. My name is Sebastian from the beautiful city of Berlin, Germany. Longtime listener, first-time writer. Love your podcast, your goss, and your lovely voice, which I always listen to on my way to work. I was browsing through the internet, and this headline caught my attention since it has the word gay in it. 40-plus famous gay couples that broke up that you may have forgotten even dated under the link.
Okay.
And then they show a picture of us winning. Was that our first or our second queer tea? I just can't remember.
I believe it was the first.
You never forget your first, except when you do. There's a picture of both you and I, and then the caption, and now for a pair of ill-fated drag queens. Sharon Needles dated fellow contestant Alaska, otherwise known as Redacted. This couple ended their relationship in 2013, but have stayed friends since. During the time together, these queens started a band called House of Haunt, and now both have music careers. While the power couple didn't stay in a romantic relationship, they are both still supportive of each other. It says, what a lovely picture. Sharon never looked better. Sharon. P.S. Since I'm working in a hotel and the tourism culture event industry were hit hard and still suffering, I want to shout out to all the people get vaccinated and boosted. Attached a dick pic for your get vaccinated and boosted. Attach a dick pic for your pleasure. Love you all and your pod. Oh yeah,
honey, we love it. Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
She is beautiful. Shorn hair.
I want to peel it back like a clementine.
A full round bosom and belly, which I'm obsessed with. I love.
I mean, we're in the cave. Let's get some bears.
Exactly. I love the decor. This hardwood floor looks really nice, and the dark blue, navy blue couch goes with everything.
I think that's a chambray linen, and maybe a denim, a vintage,
and a priceless Matisse painting on the wall. That is an original, and that is the original print. I mean, it's priceless. Sharoon, and the joke here is that they posted a picture of you and me and tagged you as Sharon. Have you ever gotten called Sharon before?
Yes, because
have.
people have been sending me this for months because it gets picked up by all the. Honestly,
This article?
Fake news.
no,
Fake
the
news.
clip of like the picture misidentifying me as Sharon. People have been sending me this for months.
Oh.
Have I ever been mistaken as Sharon? Only when they said, "Who won your season?" and I said Sharon, and they said, "Oh." Then like, but you kind of won. And I was like, no, I didn't. So that's the only time people have really called me Sharon.
This is the thing. When Sharon and I first started drag, we used to get called Lady Gaga. It was Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga. Cars driving by, Lady Gaga.
Why do you sound like Jimmy
Yes!
James and Alec Mapa are the same person? Just yelling.
Lady Gaga.
Suzuki St. Pierre / Jimmy James.
And then, once Drag Race happened, then it became Sharon Needles. And then of course, I got called Sharon Needles a lot. And
You got called
recently-
Detox too.
I have. Recently, the other day, someone said Lola was Sharon Needles.
Oh.
And this is the thing. The headline of the article is
Wasn't it
gay
Eclipse?
couples that broke up that you may have forgotten even dated. But the truth is, people still think Sharon and I are together because it happened on Drag Race, and that's reality. So, still going strong.
I've been
15
mistaken
years
for
later.
Derek Barry, for Courtney Act. Very many people. At Burning Man, someone came up to me and asked if I knew where Courtney, Alaska, and Willem were staying, and I was mistaken for no one because they didn't even know they were talking to me. Like while they were hunting through the Glamcox campground, like surreptitiously.
Hey, you look like you do drag. Where can I get drugs?
No, that was me at Princess on Friday or Saturday. Hey, princesses. Hi, Wad, Willem Alaska Dipper. I'm writing in response to last week's DM regarding finding a place to go out in Palm Springs. There is an app developed by a porn sto, Bravo Delta, called Kickopedia. That's kickopedia.com. It helps to collect the regular gay goings-on in Palm Springs or any local urban environment. I thought I'd give it a shout out as I've used it in the past, and I've been pleased with what I found here in New York. Much love from FOTP, friend of the pod, and Happy New Year. Attached is my dick pic and what I can do with it. Oh.
Well, this is a very versatile tool. The foreskin is being pulled in picture 1.
And in picture 2, the foreskin is being pushed.
Now,
Push.
picture 1 with the foreskin pull, I love the use of a pulled focus. The focus in the back of his face is out of focus, and then the dick and the hands are in focus.
Girl, this is cinematic
beautifully
mode.
lit,
I want to sin.
cinematic, yes.
Uh-huh.
And there's a wedding band.
Oh. All that's left is
Now,
a band of
I
gold.
know I never go to bed with men who wear wedding bands. They give all the good gifts to their wives. But then the second picture is just everything's out of focus except the kitchen wall behind them. I mean, there's butt fucking going on. This is the action.
Honey, you could smell the
front.
thrust, and the thrust is a must because you can also see the curvature. The curvature of the butt cheeks through the legs. The penis is inserted
Trend alert.
into a waiting bottom.
Rectum.
Bottom.
A rectum.
And the hands are pulling the ass apart. This bottom looks like he was dropped on the floor 1.7 seconds later, unceremoniously. Like, well, we got the shot. Get out. 100%.
It's that Raheem Shabazz move where they lift them up. Suspended in midair. I mean, don't try it at home unless
Try it at
you.
Raheem's home.
Just just practice first. I could see so many people fucking breaking their fucking lamps or their fucking heads in trying this.
Well, you should never put anything from Lamps Plus in your butt. I learned that when I was much younger. Especially those spinny bulbs. Those are novelty items. Those are not for sexual use.
You just smoke out of them.
That's your other girl band member.
From Princessa John, this next letter. I'm currently composing this letter on the toilet while I push out all of my New Year's loads. I had my...
Wait, how did you get my journal?
It was really spicy in the inbox. It was spicy in the inbox after the break.
See, we take one break, and this is the kind of shit that floods our inbox. Speaking of flooding, anyway, I'll read on. I had my first foursome with my boyfriend last night, and it was some of the best sex I've ever had. I took charge at one point because I wanted my boyfriend and our friends to all take turns fucking me. And now I'm filled with more children than a school bus. This experience was new and exciting. I hope to continue this momentum of new and exciting things into the new year. My biggest goal this year is to start performing in drag. Well, that took a turn. I'm a bit nervous about starting and wondering if y'all could share stories of your first performances in drag. I'm not afraid to take several dicks at once, but I do worry about not being a good enough entertainer. Any advice is welcome. P.S. Alaska, I loved you in Head Over Heels, and I don't know if it was part of the act, but you looked right at me and said I looked really good, which made my entire year because I was wearing an outfit I designed myself that night. If you can't remember me, I'm the fag who was wearing glitter, dancing, and screaming.
Do you remember?
Thank you, Princessa John. Well, the description was a fag wearing glitter, dancing, and screaming, which was a lot of the audience, to be fair, at Head Over Heels. Gratefully so. If she sent a picture of her face, maybe I would remember, but I did not see her bare ass and throbbing member at the show.
This face card was declined.
It would have pulled focus if she had pulled this out, and I would have been mad because no one would be paying attention to what's on stage.
Well, thank God it was in the round.
Yeah, it is. Look at this picture.
It's round.
It's in the round.
You
look great, John.
Yeah, the photos are great. There's a photo of a rear with some lemon wallpaper. Citrus?
Citron, absolute citron.
And you can see the ball. It looks like he had a BBL, honestly. You can see the balls and the dick through the buttocks and the thigh gap.
It's natural.
And the toilet paper is right below it. And then we get a front view. We saw it from the back.
My only critique is the toilet paper should if you just angled it ever so a millimeter to the left, you would have hidden the toilet paper roll on the fucking toilet paper dispenser.
Beauty is in millimeters, Andrea James.
It's a distraction from the glorious, rotund rump.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me started on the dick.
Oh, honey, the dick could feed a family of 4 for a week. A growing family. This dick is plentiful.
What the fuck?
So what did he want? He wanted to know about drag. My advice is if you're not confident, louder, faster, funnier, keep it quick. Keep it entertaining. Don't try to do a 4-minute number. Keep it like 2:47, 2:59. Quick and dirty. And you always leave them wanting more. No one's ever been to a drag show saying, "Oh, you know what? That should have been longer." Nobody. Yeah. So leave them wanting more. Keep it quick. Keep it dirty. If your dick falls out at the end, oh my God, who knew? That could help you in this case. My first time in drag performing was when I was 13 at Rocky Horror, like doing the time warp, and it went really well.
Of course.
There was a guy waiting for me in the parking lot after. It was my dad.
Oh my God.
But there was also a guy in the bathroom after, and that was not my dad.
Oh my God. That's such good advice because you think, oh, I'm going to do Toxic by Britney Spears. Ooh, I'm going to do it. It's going to be great.
Or I'm going to do
when
a mix.
You get on stage, that 3 minutes and 20 seconds is an eternity. And when you do your reveal or your surprise in the first 30 seconds, you are out there and it is the longest time in your life. So yes, and never underestimate the power of a mix either. I mean, do the most exciting part of a couple of songs rather than just one. Give something that's a surprise, something unexpected.
Would you consider when you did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, were you in drag? Because I was. I was in full high
honey,
horror
I was in charge of my own makeup plot, and baby, when I turned into the Pharaoh, mama, you couldn't tell me I was not Alyssa Edwards competing for Miss Continental. Okay,
I saw the pictures. You were Shat McGrath.
Honey, extended eyeliner, and I used fucking eyelash glue and then put craft glitter on it for my fucking Pharaoh wings.
Oh.
Mama, this was pre-Suck Less Face and Body. I would have just used your product because it's a superior product.
Thank you so much. We have
Thank you.
Sucking dick and cock.
So many great letters and so many dicks accompanying them. Just a bounty of genitalia in 2022. And as you know, at Mom, we are moguls, entrepreneurs, and businesswomen and bosses. So please send us your questions and stories about your workplace drama for next week and this month. Are you having issue with a coworker? Is your boss a Karen?
I am.
Oh. Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh. Do you have a unique job that no one thinks about? We want to hear from you and what you have to deal with in order to pay the bills because at first we started out real cool. Taking me places I ain't never been.
Real cool.
So you can send us those questions, queries, inquiries, compliments to racechaserpodcast@gmail.com. We would love that. We want to hear more from you. Because you
take a letter, my love. Send us, let us know what's going on. And we want to thank you so much for listening to
God. Thank you. Stop. As always, we have bonus video content available at patreon.com/WILLAM if you want to get sliving.
Exactly. And you can follow us on Instagram at WILLAM, at the Only Alaska 5000, at Race Chaser Pod, at Mom Podcasts. You can follow WILLAM on TikTok at WILLAM TikTok, and you can unfollow me on TikTok at Alaska. I'm trying to get down to 0 by the end of the month. So.
You're a weirdo. The link on Race Chaser Pod on Instagram will direct you to cute merch, tickets for our UK dates of the Race Chaser live tour this summer, and also links to donate money to BLM organizations, queer nonprofits, and information on combating increased anti-Asian violence.
Hallelujah. And get the vax out there. Get boosted. Wear a better mask. Wear a good one. Stay safe and healthy. We appreciate you. Yeah. And we'll be back next time with more hot.
Race Chaser with Alaska and WILLAM is a Forever Dog podcast hosted by Alaska Thunderfucking WILLAM.
Produced by Big Dipper.
Editing and sound designed by Will Pitts.
Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey.
Our theme song is by Alaska Thunderfuck.